Engine seems okay, transmission is a question mark. Everything else is cosmetic. I think we should start getting off the damaged parts. Okay, where do we start?
When Mat Armstrong revealed the story behind the missing Bugatti Chiron headlights, nobody expected the mystery to become this complicated.
What I want to do is try and get rid of the warning lights on the dashboard, because the only sort of warning lights I think we should have now are for no headlights and just little things, nothing serious.
What began as a search for replacement parts quickly became a secret mission involving a private jet, an unknown supplier, and a deal that left car enthusiasts asking questions. Behind those headlights was a story of secrecy, rare access, and unexpected discoveries that revealed how difficult rebuilding a legendary hypercar could be. But who supplied the headlights? And how was the mystery finally solved? Body: the impossible search for Bugatti Chiron headlights. For a project as ambitious as rebuilding a crashed Bugatti Chiron, most people would expect the biggest challenges to come from the car's advanced technology, rare materials, or the incredible amount of precision required to restore such a masterpiece. But for Mat Armstrong, the obstacle that nearly brought the entire rebuild to a standstill was something unexpected: a pair of headlights. These were not regular headlights that could simply be bought online or replaced with cheaper alternatives. They were one of the most iconic features of the Bugatti Chiron, a hypercar celebrated worldwide for its stunning design and groundbreaking technology. The sharp LED elements and distinctive lighting signature gave the Chiron its powerful, futuristic identity. Without those original headlights, even a flawless rebuild would still feel incomplete, as the car's true character depended on restoring its unmistakable face. The problem started after the original headlights were badly damaged in the crash that destroyed the car. Mat needed genuine Bugatti replacements, but getting them through normal channels quickly became a nightmare. Bugatti was not willing to supply the parts for the independent rebuild, leaving Mat with very limited options. Meanwhile, unofficial sellers were demanding unbelievable prices, with some replacement pairs reportedly listed for as much as $150,000. Even the official cost revealed by Bugatti CEO Mat Armstrong showed how rare and expensive these components were. According to Rimac, a single Chiron headlight could cost around $25,000, meaning the complete system would be roughly $50,000. For many builders, this would have been the point where the dream ended. But Mat Armstrong had built his entire reputation around taking on impossible projects and finding solutions where others saw dead ends. Instead of giving up, he searched for another way. Then, unexpectedly, a mysterious contact from Europe appeared with an offer that seemed almost too good to be true. They claimed they could provide original Bugatti Chiron headlights, but only under one strict condition: no filming, no names, and no questions. What happened next felt less like a normal car repair and more like a secret operation. A private jet, an undisclosed European location, a hidden supplier, and only 1 hour to complete the exchange before departure. Mat's Bugatti rebuild faced a major challenge when finding a replacement headlight became an obstacle that threatened the entire project. But who could provide him with the missing part? And was it possible to get a genuine Bugatti headlight outside the manufacturer? Let's uncover the astonishing details. The secret headlight mission. The biggest challenge in rebuilding Alex Gonzalez's crashed Bugatti Chiron began when Mat Armstrong discovered that one of the most important parts of the entire project was also one of the hardest to find: a genuine set of original factory headlights. By this stage, the damaged Chiron had become one of the most closely followed automotive rebuild projects worldwide. Every new update captured attention because Mat was attempting what many believed only Bugatti's specialists could achieve. While restoring such an advanced hypercar was already incredibly difficult, the search for the missing headlights created an entirely new and unexpected challenge. The issue was not simply installing them. The real challenge was getting them. The usual route was completely blocked. Bugatti would not provide the replacement parts Mat needed, forcing him to search for other solutions. At the same time, private sellers were asking unbelievable prices, with some demanding 6 figures for a pair of headlights. For a rebuild meant to prove independence was possible, paying such an amount made no sense. Then, just when it seemed like the search had reached a dead end, something unexpected happened. A mysterious contact from Europe reached out with an offer that immediately changed the direction of the rebuild. They claimed they had access to a pair of genuine Bugatti Chiron headlights, but there was one condition. Everything had to remain private. Instead of ignoring the opportunity, Mat decided to take the risk. Determined to finish the Chiron project, he and his team arranged a private jet and traveled across Europe to meet the unknown supplier. What happened next felt more like a secret operation than a car parts purchase. The location was kept hidden. The supplier's identity was protected, with their face blurred in the footage. The team had only 1 hour after landing to complete the exchange, collect the headlights, and return before the aircraft departed. Then came the moment that shocked everyone. The headlights were genuine, and somehow the price was only 10,000 euros. Compared with official pricing and online listings, the deal seemed almost unbelievable. A simple search for replacement parts had transformed into one of the biggest mysteries surrounding the entire Bugatti Chiron rebuild. To the surprise of everyone following the rebuild, an anonymous supplier stepped forward with the headlights that could have ended the project, and they worked flawlessly. But who was this mysterious, faceless individual? And why was securing these perfect headlights so important for the Bugatti Chiron rebuild? Let's uncover the mysterious details. The internet investigation for the Bugatti supplier. The moment Mat Armstrong's secret headlight deal became public, the automotive world reacted exactly as expected. Car enthusiasts, engineers, and Bugatti fans immediately began analyzing every detail, searching for clues that could reveal the identity of the mysterious supplier. And it was easy to understand why. The situation seemed almost too unusual to be real. A rare pair of original Bugatti Chiron headlights, a hidden location somewhere in Europe, a supplier whose face was blurred, a private jet waiting nearby, and a price far below the normal market value created the perfect recipe for a worldwide mystery. Almost overnight, the internet turned into a detective team. Among the many theories surrounding the mysterious headlights, one of the most discussed involved Mat Armstrong himself. The speculation grew because of the complicated relationship between Bugatti and Mat's rebuild. As Bugatti's CEO, Rimac had previously questioned whether Mat could complete the restoration independently and even doubted some components used in the project. Because of that, some viewers found it fascinating to imagine a surprising twist. What if the same person who publicly questioned the project was secretly helping it succeed behind the scenes? It was an entertaining idea, but many people quickly pointed out the problems with that theory. For someone in Rimac's position, secretly arranging a private meeting, hiding his identity, and personally supplying restricted Bugatti parts would create enormous legal and professional risks. As the head of a global automotive company, every decision carries consequences, making the possibility seem unlikely to many observers. But another theory began gaining much more attention. What if the supplier was not Mat Armstrong, but someone connected to Bugatti? Unlike the CEO theory, this possibility appeared far more believable. Bugatti is filled with engineers, technicians, specialists, and passionate automotive experts who understand the importance of these machines. Someone within that circle could have followed Mat's ambitious rebuild, admired the effort behind it, and quietly decided to help. This explanation also matched the strange details surrounding the exchange. The blurred face, the demand for privacy, and the rushed one-hour meeting all suggested someone who had real access to the parts but wanted to avoid being publicly connected to the transaction. Some followers of the rebuild believe that the mysterious supplier could be someone closely connected to Bugatti. But what would make an insider risk going against the company's policies to help complete a rebuild outside official channels? Could there be a hidden motivation behind the decision, or is there more to this mystery than people realize? Let's find out. The theory behind the Chiron rebuild. Among all the theories that emerged after the mysterious headlight exchange, one possibility captured the imagination of many automotive fans more than any other. The idea that Bugatti itself may have quietly played a role behind the scenes. At first, the theory seemed to make some sense. A successfully rebuilt Bugatti Chiron would not only be a personal achievement for Mat Armstrong and Alex Gonzalez, but it could also become a powerful statement about the strength and durability of Bugatti's engineering. If an independent team could take a heavily damaged Chiron and transform it back into a stunning hypercar, it would prove how impressive the original design and components truly were. Because of that, some viewers wondered if someone inside Bugatti may have secretly supported the project. Perhaps a person within the company believed the rebuild deserved to succeed and decided to help provide the missing headlights, even if Bugatti could not officially be involved. It was an interesting idea, but it came with one major challenge. For this theory to be true, Bugatti would have needed to operate in two completely different ways at the same time. Publicly, the company would have to distance itself from the rebuild and avoid appearing to approve of an independent restoration. But privately, someone within the organization would have to arrange access to the exact parts needed to help the project move forward. Without any clear evidence, this explanation remains only a possibility. When all the details are considered together, a more realistic explanation begins to emerge. The supplier was likely someone connected to the Bugatti ecosystem, but not someone officially representing the company. Someone who had legitimate access to rare Bugatti parts, understood the significance of what Mat was trying to accomplish, and admired the rebuild enough to help, but who also understood why their identity needed to remain hidden. And perhaps that mystery revealed something even bigger than the identity of the supplier itself. It highlighted just how difficult it can be for independent builders to obtain parts for some of the world's most exclusive vehicles. The secrecy, the private arrangements, and the unusual journey for a simple pair of headlights showed that owning a hypercar does not always mean having easy access to everything needed to repair it. Beyond the conspiracy theories surrounding the mystery of how the headlights were obtained, did the challenge end once Mat finally secured them? Or did the headlights themselves reveal an even bigger problem that threatened the entire rebuild? Let's uncover the captivating details. After the secret deal. After the secret European mission was completed successfully, Mat Armstrong finally had the rare components he needed to move the Bugatti Chiron rebuild forward. The biggest obstacle had been overcome. The missing headlights had been found, delivered, and carefully prepared for installation. At first glance, everything looked perfect. The headlights appeared brand new, and more importantly, they were genuine Bugatti parts. After all the difficulties of finding replacements, this was the moment Mat had been waiting for. These were the exact pieces needed to restore the front end of Alex Gonzalez's damaged Chiron and bring back the aggressive appearance that made the hypercar so recognizable. But the excitement did not last long. Once the headlights were installed and connected, another unexpected problem appeared. The first tests seemed encouraging. The main headlights powered on. The high beams worked. The indicators responded exactly as they should. For a moment, it looked like the difficult part was finally over. But something was still missing. The Chiron's famous daytime running lights remained completely dark. Those 4 signature LED squares are one of the most recognizable features of the car. They are not just small design details, they are part of what gives the Bugatti Chiron its unique personality. Without them glowing, the car looked incomplete, almost like something was still missing from its identity. Naturally, Mat and his team began searching for answers. Was there a hidden fault inside the newly purchased headlights? Could the electronic control units be damaged? Was there an issue with the installation or the car's wiring system? The team started checking every possible explanation. They inspected the connections, examined the lighting modules, and even transferred components from the original damaged headlights in an attempt to find a solution. But nothing changed. The lights remained off. After going through the trouble of flying across Europe, spending thousands of euros, and securing parts that many believed were impossible to obtain, Matt was once again facing a problem that made no sense. The headlights were real, installation appeared correct, and the system still refused to work. Then, in a moment nobody expected, Matt discovered that the problem was not with the headlights at all. The headlights Matt secured refused to illuminate as expected, creating another frustrating obstacle in the rebuild until he finally uncovered the real cause of the problem. But what was stopping the lights from working properly? And what hidden lesson did this unexpected challenge reveal about Bugatti's complex engineering? Now, let's explore the hidden Bugatti secret. The accidental discovery. The answer to Mat Armstrong's frustrating headlight problem came from a place nobody expected. While trying to understand why the Chiron's daytime running lights refused to turn on, Matt noticed two small electronic modules sitting separately inside the workshop. These parts belonged to the rear quarter section of the car, an area that had been removed during the wide-body conversion process. At first, they appeared completely unrelated to the issue. The problem was happening at the front of the vehicle, inside the headlight system. These modules were located at the back of the car, far away from the lights that were refusing to work. By normal automotive logic, there was no obvious reason why a rear component should have any effect on the front lighting system. But after exhausting the usual solutions, Matt decided to try something unexpected. He reconnected the rear quarter modules, and almost instantly, something incredible happened. The Chiron's signature daytime running lights suddenly came alive. The four iconic LED squares finally illuminated, bringing the Bugatti Chiron's front end back to life. After hours of testing, the problem was traced not to the headlights, but to a disconnected rear module, revealing the surprising complexity of Bugatti's advanced electrical system. For independent mechanics and enthusiasts, this moment was a major lesson. Modern hypercars are not always designed in ways that follow traditional repair logic. A simple issue can sometimes be controlled by systems buried deep within the vehicle's software and electronics. If Matt had not accidentally noticed those rear modules, he could have spent countless hours replacing parts, testing wiring, and searching in the wrong places. Instead, one unexpected experiment exposed another hidden secret of the Bugatti Chiron. And once again, the rebuild proved something that had become clear from the beginning. Restoring this legendary hypercar was never going to be a normal repair job. Aside from the fact that every step Matt took in rebuilding the car came with a new mystery, each solution revealed another fascinating layer of the machine. But what does Matt's work on this project truly reveal? And does getting the headlights working finally end the mystery surrounding the rebuild? Let's uncover the astonishing details. The mystery that made Matt's rebuild legendary. In the end, the most fascinating part of Mat Armstrong's Bugatti Chiron rebuild was never just about finding a pair of headlights. The real story was everything surrounding them: the mysterious supplier, the secret European meeting, the private jet, and the unbelievable €10,000 deal that turned a simple parts purchase into one of the most discussed moments in the entire project. But after the excitement of the secret transaction faded, something even more revealing began to emerge. The struggle to obtain those headlights exposed a much bigger challenge facing independent builders who attempt to work on some of the world's rarest and most advanced vehicles. For ordinary cars, replacing a damaged part can be as simple as placing an order and waiting for delivery. But for a hypercar like the Bugatti Chiron, even a single component can become nearly impossible to access. When official channels are closed, repair work can turn into a complicated search involving private connections, rare opportunities, and unexpected risks. Instead of a simple purchase, Matt's journey became a mission that required secrecy, international travel, and a level of determination few builders would be willing to take on. However, the headlight mystery was only one part of the story. The unexpected electrical discovery revealed an entirely different challenge hidden inside modern hypercars. Vehicles like the Chiron are no longer just mechanical masterpieces. They are highly advanced computers on wheels, built with thousands of electronic connections, sensors, and software systems that communicate constantly with one another. A problem that appears simple can sometimes have a solution hidden somewhere completely unexpected. Mat Armstrong never started the rebuild to expose Bugatti's engineering secrets. He was simply trying to restore a damaged Chiron and prove that an independent builder could complete a project many thought was impossible. But by recording every challenge, every failed attempt, and every breakthrough, Mat gave automotive enthusiasts around the world a rare look inside one of the most exclusive cars ever created. Today, the headlights are working. The Chiron once again has its unmistakable face, and the incredible rebuild continues to move forward. Yet one question remains unanswered. Who actually supplied those headlights? Was it a private collector with rare access? A specialist within the automotive world? Someone connected to Bugatti itself? Or was there a much deeper story happening behind the scenes? For now, the truth remains unknown. And that unanswered mystery is exactly what makes Mat Armstrong's Bugatti Chiron rebuild one of the most fascinating automotive stories in recent years. So, what do you think about Mat's Bugatti mystery? Was the supplier simply helping, or was there more behind the secret deal? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.